The Penn State offense nicely. She serves very aggressive. She's really developed her entire game very nicely as she's a young setter for Penn State. Well, a lot of these players weren't born in 1987, so it's like one of those things where you just have to play well. You have to, it's another match. It's another opportunity to compete.
Scott with a chance in the early going, but it's still alive.
Great plays. In the meantime, they just have to limit their air and be.
Martin with a tough time receiving that one. It'll be a free ball opportunity for the Wildcats. Catherine Crystal on the slide. Now goes over to Scott down the line.
Love this set. Northwestern just run a step up from behind with Catherine.
Really stepped up her play. Convey again. Hancock just gets that right up to Scott once more.
See how high she elevates over a Convey, just uses her block.
Minnesota on Saturday night. Now and a
run.
She led the team in service aces a year ago. Tapped up in the middle of his middles as of late. Convey. Good up there by Grant. Back row attack now.
Micah Hancock does a nice job of dishing the ball both in front of her and behind her, and you also saw her on that. Allowed her to take her full approach to swing at that ball.
Convey off the block, still alive. Hancock in the middle. Slay just gets a piece of it. Now back row for Holtis. Focal point of this offense. Keeler Chan said he was worried about her arm falling off by the end of the
getting Penn State out of balance.
Another out-of-system play for Penn State. And for one, these two teams serve so well. Penn State second in the Big Ten, Northwestern third. Holtis. Block for Penn State.
Northwestern has to stay disciplined in their coverage.
Now Crippen.
Well, I think it's huge to come out strong, especially in the first set. Penn State's hard enough to beat at home, but to get off to a good start, settle their crowd down, and put Penn State on their heels early is big for Northwestern.
Hancock goes back to Scott. Great job by Chinny to dig that one up. Holtis taps it over. Now Martin. Long rally here going between both teams. Holtis. Another chance for Scott, and she
here, using Scott out of the back.
Right in between the block of the Wildcats. And a service back row. Cabas would play in the front row for Penn State, so they need her to continue to play that well in the back. Good job. Hancock, she goes over on two. Service.
In this situation, to take a step up for Northwestern to side her out early.
Another great serve overpass. Now Scott again. Really prepare for it when you don't see that in practice.
Well, it's very unpredictable serve as is. It comes with a little bit of top spin, a little bit of side spin. You never know what you're going to get. You just have to get your platform out early and move your feet, get your body behind that ball.
Scott off the bump set. Schulter now to Holtis out of the back row. Hancock, they respond and build off of that success over the weekend.
Absolutely. I think, it's always a good thing to go get your first Big Ten win of the season, and Northwestern did that against Indiana. They gained a little confidence.
Clendon to serve for Penn State. A good one there, just barely over. Now Whitney. Now Scott. Tough one to get to for Chin, and it's a free ball opportunity. Hancock in the middle, quick set to Grant. Crippen now. Diving is Ali Longo, who keeps it alive, and Deja from the back row. Crippen out of. Another tough serve by Madeline Schulter. Whitney. Now back row for Holtis between.
She's serving extremely aggressive.
Another good serve. Unable to handle that one was McClendon, but Penn State still has a shot. Be right at the net, over by Witt. Nia Grant will head back to serve for Penn State. One One of 3 freshman Nittany Lions getting significant time. They did it against Minnesota as well as Purdue. They need to take advantage, or they've dropped the first set. 0-3 this season when they lose that first set. And Penn State number 8 nationally, and of course the Illini at number 1. Holtis. See Kristen Carpenter now in the match for the Nittany Lions. Now it's Deja McClendon. And the Wildcats able to save it. Free ball chance now for Penn State. Hancock, one of the better athletes on Penn State's team, so she will play from all over the floor. Now it's Crippen off the block. Overpass, and it's taken advantage. Kills per set. One of the big reasons. Schulter goes back to Holtis. Over the block, but overpass again. It's Carpenter, she'll set it to Slay. Like a Hancock emerging, but she can still set a few balls out there. Schulter, again to Holtis. Back over far side, off. Had their chances against Minnesota and Purdue, but could not sustain the effort, according to Coach Chan. And they have not been able to do that so far after starting out early way in set number 1 for Penn State. Double contact.
First set, they have to be a lot more steady in their side-out game.
Good serve by Longo. Schulter, she goes over to Holtis. Martin is there in the back row. Now McClendon. It by 5 in set 1. Carpenter goes to Hancock on the right side. We didn't hear much from Katie Dutchman in set 1.
We didn't hear much from their middles.
Caroline Niedospahl into the match for Northwestern, now serving. Over on 2.
Pass. Free ball pass up by Deja. She saw that.
And for Penn State, Kristen Carpenter, she got a couple of chances as the setter, and a chance here for Penn State now after the good serve by Hancock.
It's a nice off-balance shot there by Ariat. Put it down the line aggressively.
Schulter goes to Holtis. Lacey Fuller in the back row now. Inside to Dutchman, who gets a kill.
Trying to get their middles more and more involved. Smart set there.
For Northwestern, she had a career high 12 kills against Purdue, so she was really playing well coming into this match. Holtis will send over a free ball. Hancock in the middle to Grant. Unable to.
Good swing out of the middle, running their. Trying to come back in a match.
Another tough serve by Penn State. Holtis just sends it back. But she was platooning with Maddie Martin and really stepped up in a big way against another top 10 foe. Scott. Shin can't handle it. Holtis tries to.
Instead, she kind of stuck her platform out there. Scott comes with a lot of power. It's not always going to be the smart thing to do.
Dutchman goes off the block, but Micah Hancock with a great job to save that one. Now Schulter, Dutchman once more. Cavis. Back row for Holtis. And there'll be a. Puts the serve in play. Now Schulter. Over to Holtis, who finds a good one in set number 2. Mike Wolf alongside Megan Bauer. Hancock, McClendon. Stephanie Holtis, and the
hands in America. So I feel like maybe they created that rule when I came about.
Well, we can see if there's any documentation on that, Megan.
Just ask Mark.
Tapped up by Scott, but
I mean, you're never satisfied with one set win, but especially, you know, at Penn State, you're excited to get that momentum going, but I love.
Service line just serving very tough and keeping Penn State out of system. Holtis. Longo with the set, she'll go to Scott. Good up there by Holtis. Schulter to Crystal. Another set from Longo. And now Scott. Out of system for Penn State. Scott will just send it over. Double. Set 1 went to Penn State 25-19. Set 2 to the Wildcats 25-22. Scott. Holtis is there. Schulter just sends it to the back row. Keeler Chan for the Wildcats came into this one saying the way they will be able to win this match for Northwestern as that one set.
Absolutely, they've really been doing a good job of that all night. It's very clear that part of their game plan was come out and serve extremely aggressive and go after.
Key players from that service line. Ayers served 10 consecutive points against Minnesota last week. Now into the...
Dorton taking a big swing. Her coming off an injury, she wants opportunity to get into the match play again. A long recovery. It's frustrating as a player, especially for Darcy Dorton, who had such a successful freshman year at Penn State. She helped lead a team to a national championship. She was Big Ten Freshman Player of the Year. I mean, she had all the credentials she needed to have an unbelievable career.
And when she's out on the floor, she's one of the more vocal players for the Nittany Lions. Crippen sent back by Dorton. Now Holtis, she's blocked, but it's still alive. Scott now and able to rebound again. Hancock to Slay. Out of San Antonio, Texas. Now Crippen. Going back to McClendon, and she'll get...
Aggressive swing here, going off the top of Northwestern's block.
McClendon trying to find the back row. Now on the slide is Dutchman. Deja once more. 10-5 lead with Longo serving. Joust at the net, kept alive by the libero for Penn State. Hancock winds up on it. Now Holtis. Put up by Scott. McClendon again. Tap, good.
Taking big swings, tipping it over, playing a lot more relaxed and controlled.
Hancock goes to Slay between Penn State and Northwestern, all in favor of the Nittany Lions.
Penn State taking a lot of great swings with authority here in the third set. They came out very aggressive and executed.
Hancock goes to McClendon. Holtis. Now McClendon again.
Western team. She struggled early in this set, but has just gotten better throughout this match.
Up to 385 after that last kill. When you compare that to the last 5 matches where she was only hitting 169, a big difference for Deja McClendon. Now Dutchman off the match. Now Scott, good swing on it, but it's still in play. Longo, she'll set it to Scott again. Penn State gonna try to get it back over, and they do. We had Grant able to run that one down. Now a Conbe, Longo with a good up. McClendon, she's blocked out of play, but still again, great defense by the Nittany Lions. Now a
good defense, they got a lot of kills. Good pursuit defense, keeping the ball off the floor. Akambe coming away.
Saw Dominique Gonzalez diving into the fans to get to that one. Now it's Akambe. Penn State's block is there. Entire way for that set. Akambe. And last week against Purdue, she had a career-high 13 kills. So Yolande Akambe certainly like quiet due to those errors. She has 5 in this match. Now Akambe again. Dorton this time. Penn State.
She elevates very well, split the Penn. Northwestern center Maddie Schulter doing a nice job of recognizing that.
As for her was a bit different. Northwestern and Keeler Chan reached out to her several times. They heard nothing.
Around with someone, and it's awesome that Akambe found her college at Northwestern. She's had a good freshman year and is blossoming into being one of the
Lions. Seen a great battle in the middle, but overall the blocks, that battle was being won by Penn State 8-4.
On the hitting front.
High short serve by Julie Chin. Now McClendon, Hannah Crippen got that one, and it's still alive though. Crippen now. Scott with a good up, and Crippen won occasions, and Hannah Crippen finally was able to put it away.
Well, she's staying in the rally. Northwestern has done a good job of just staying in the rally, keeping the rally alive until they're able to put it away.
Holtis taps it over. A 6-2 run for the Wildcats. Now Holtis gets a good run.
On the road, but they're just playing competitively. They're competing in a good match.
Clendon just has to run that one and get it over. 8-2 run for Northwestern. Not fazed at all by this building where they've struggled mightily over the past 24 years. The Wildcats putting together a great run. Tapped over by Dutchman. Penn State now gets a chance. Hancock in the middle to Grant. And after they started so slowly. Hancock, back set, over to Hancock, she goes to McClendon. Now Conbe. Schulter, now Dutchman.
Hey, this fourth set is not over. Let's try to get this set. Let's not disregard this set. Let's go win and to play and to compete, because right now Northwestern is out competing them.
Bristol. Now in for Penn State, sent back over. Triple block was
so while they're not allowing Penn State to run their offense, it's very frustrating.
Service line in Katie Dutchman. Good serve there.
Big matches this season. They opened up with the AVCA showcase against Oregon and USC. They've played the best teams in the country, Stanford, so they have a ton of experience playing and competing in good matches. So this is somewhere that all these players.
Hitting percentage tells the story in set 4. 10-point lead. Carpenter goes to Scott.
Trying to go all over the place. They put in Carpenter to add a spark.
From Katie Dutchman, they already have 10 service aces in the match for the Wildcats. Now Dorton.
You can definitely tell she has a spark to her, and when she gets on the floor, the girls around her feel comfortable. And right now,
and she's having a great performance in a huge match for Northwestern.
Slay having a hard time getting over there to Clariel Scott. Akambe, a big kill down the seam.
Scott will send it over. Schulter to Akambe again. Now the set to Crippen for the Wildcats, and able to get over to that one. Set match in the Big Ten season against Nebraska. Now Akambe again. Building up their hitting percentage now at 182. They are 2-11 lead. Hancock now setting again. Dorton. Longo will just bump it up to Dorton. Holtis tries to get. Holtis. And she 3-12 lead as we get one more look at Stephanie Holtis. Hancock, she goes to Slay, just taps it over. Chin with a great dive and save. And now.
Well, a very aware player Dutchman is. She wants to see the ball hit the ground. She's not giving up until she hears the whistle blow, and you could definitely tell that on the last.
Not one in University Park, Pennsylvania since 1987. Crippen. Now over by Longo. Chin has to dive for it. Now Schulter to Holtis. Western putting together quite a run in set number 4, Megan. Yewande Akambe, a big reason why.
Well, she's swinging so confidently with a lot of power, going through the blockers of Penn State. She's picking her shots and executing well. Such an athletic.
And she starts with a
Hancock.
Third service ace for Hancock. Conbe just passes that one back. Chin will get it over. Hancock able to go to Scott. Holtis with a good up. Now Holtis, she crosses. So Penn State getting what they want out of Hancock. Joust at the net. Hancock now setting, and a point. Matches so far this year. Penn State got that win in the AVCA showcase over USC. Only one 5-set match for the Wildcats. Hancock goes back to Scott, up by Nidospal. Now Holtis from the back row, tapped back over. Hancock goes back to the far side. Put together a run for Northwestern. Another good serve. Hancock, she's going to go to Scott. Good up by Holtis. Now a Conbe. Hancock goes back to Scott, and she
Consistently putting balls away for Penn State. She's taken big swings.
Moment. Martin with a good serve. A Conbe.
To get back to that, to stay in this match.
Back row for Holtis. Longo with a good up. Now Dorton goes cross. Hancock. She goes back to Scott.
Very well, and there's no time to really think about that. They just have to go with what they got. They've been very successful in this match. Their young players have stepped up. But you can see here in this 5th set, they've let it get away from them a little bit due to their serve receive.
Job to keep it alive for Northwestern. Scott once more. She turns. Kills for Ariel Scott as they switch sides, and he's
really developed Scott Slay in the middle. We see a little bit of Dorton here in this
Big Ten Conference win of the season. They want to get number 2 though against the number 8 team in the country.
Looks like she hesitated a bit on her follow through. She's got to go after her like she has been all night.
Penn State goes after Maddie Martin, inside to Slam. Schulter goes back to Holtis. She's a few more from her before this one is over. Now Dorton into the blocks. Hancock goes back to Scott.
Off balance a little bit. Look at your errors when you walk away from a match and how you can become more efficient and where you can get better, and that's exactly where Penn State has to get better.
Making the match, but Northwestern still hoping to put together one last run. Joust to the net. Almost won by Hancock. Holtis sends it back over. Now free ball opportunity for the Cats. Schulter to Holtis, off the block. Great dig though, and it's still alive. Another free ball chance. Schulter goes to Dutchman, and it's up by...
She knew she wanted that, split the block there. Slay late on the block, opening up that seam. All season long into the NCAA tournament. So these are matches that they have to continue to compete in.
Good serve, tough pass here for the Wildcats. Holtis though still... Hancock just gets it up, free ball opportunity. Now sent over by Schulter.
Serve receives. Maddie Schulter on an offensive.
Hancock goes to McClendon.
Pressure situation, she's been here before.
Conbe.